Can a domestic violence victim share the perpetrator's GPS location? All right. My name is Anthony Bandiero, attorney and senior legal instructor for Blue to Go Law Enforcement Training, bringing you another roadside chat. This question comes from an officer in California. I'm going to answer the question based on the Constitution, not on any state law. I know that California does have a comprehensive statutory system, a scheme involving electronics searches and so forth. I don't know the answer to any of that because I'm not a statutory expert. I'm a constitutional law expert. But nevertheless, let's talk about it. So is the question again is having a victim, wife in this case, share the GPS location for the husband, the suspect, considered a third-party doctrine if the information was voluntarily given by the wife. So the officer says, I developed probable cause to arrest the husband for domestic battery. The victim had the suspect's GPS phone location, which she voluntarily provided for indefinitely until we catch the guy, right? Would this violate this third-party doctrine since the husband had no expectation of privacy and information he willingly communicated to another person? Okay, so let's talk about a few things. Number one is, what is the third-party doctrine? The third-party doctrine is this idea that a person does not have a reasonable expectation of privacy in information they voluntarily shared with another person or company. A lot of these cases, or the two main cases that developed the third-party doctrine, really came out in the 1970s. One involved banking records. The idea was that, hey, if you voluntarily give checks over and and credit card purchases and so forth to your bank, then if they handed that information over to the police, it would not violate your expectation of privacy because you knew and you voluntarily gave them information. I think the logic there is a little suspect in 2022 since people live through their debit card and their credit cards, especially if you're married. You don't keep cash, right? But the other case was involving pen registers. So basically, cops ordering the telephone company to give them the phone numbers dialed by the suspect without a warrant. That again, the Supreme Court upheld that under the third-party doctrine. A reasonable person would know the phone numbers they're dialing are going to be used by the telephone company to route a call. So the fact that they gave that phone number over to the police did not implicate the Fourth Amendment. Again, I'm not completely convinced by all this, that it's not at some level have a Fourth Amendment implication, but there we are. So what's going on here is also another doctrine called common authority, right? Common authority is where you ask another person who has generally joint access or control or ownership for the ability to search or seize, right? Here, the wife clearly has the authority, right? They probably share a phone, cell phone accounts, and like a lot of couples, they have passwords for each other's iClouds. Maybe like my family can track me and they know where I'm at and vice versa. So let's assume that's what's going on. So the wife has what's called common authority over this GPS location. Can she now hand that over to the police? And the answer is yes. The way I teach this and the way that I think conceptually helps cops is to think of it this way. Can the person that you're asking for the information from, can they do the exact same thing without violating the target or the suspect's reasonable expectation of privacy, right? And if the answer is that they can do it, then they can give you that information without you violating the suspect's rights, right? So think about husband and wife that live together, husband's gone, the police ask for consent to search the marital home. And the wife says yes, and they look in the sock drawer of the husband's sock drawer and they find drugs in plain view, right? That type of thing, right? Is that okay? Well, the question for the court is, look, can the wife, do you think, does the wife have the authority to open up the husband's sock drawer? If the answer is yes, then who can do it on her behalf? The cops, right? So she can allow that to happen. And that's what's going on here. If she can do it, she can allow the police to do it on her behalf. That's generally how I teach it. So let's make good case law. Let's, shut it down when we complete our mission here, which is to get him in custody. And after that, I would not keep searching him indefinitely without something more than that. All right. Okay. So hope it helps. Keep the questions coming. Like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. And I hope I helped you get it right every time.